Okay, guys, good morning. So let's begin the session now. So, guys, so let's use it. What is Azure Data Engineering? So we'll move further. Azure Data Engineering. So, guys, let us just brush me up the things before we move further on this. Okay. So, what is Azure Data Engineering, guys? As you know, the Azure Data Engineering is nothing but it is a bunch of the cloud services, guys. It's a bunch of cloud services. It's a bunch of cloud services. Azure Data Engineering is the bunch of cloud services. Wherein, wherein, as it's a bunch of cloud services, guys, the following are the cloud services included into the Azure. So what are those, guys? Everyone. So we can say, guys, the first one is what? Just 1 minute. Okay, guys. So now, as you know that the Azure Data Engineering is a bunch of cloud services, guys. That means many cloud services are intact here into the Azure Data Engineering. Okay, guys. So Azure Data Engineering is a bunch of cloud services. It's a bunch of what, guys? Cloud services. So now, so what are the bunch of cloud services? The following are the services included into the Azure Data Engineering. That is nothing but the first one is called as the ADF. If you call it as what? Azure Data Factory. And then we have what's it, guys? ADB. That is called as the Azure Databricks. So Azure Databricks, we are going to use with a language called what? PySpark. The language called what? PySpark. And then we have what's it, guys? Azure Databricks. And then we have what's it, guys? The next one is called as what? Synapse. And then we also have what is that, guys? Azure Data Factory, Databricks, Synapse. And then we have the Fabric. And then we have the, guys, everyone, Azure Open AI, or we can say AI. AI is artificial intelligence. Okay, Azure Artificial Intelligence. Then we have the Open AI. So guys, this is Open AI is nothing but one of the chat GPT tool. We can also use it here into the Azure. So guys, these are all. And then we have the one more thing that is called as what? Azure ML. That stands for what? Machine learning. Azure, what is that, guys? ML. It stands for machine learning. These all are the guys bunch of cloud services we have it, guys. So using these bunch of cloud services, guys, everyone, we can perform the following task here. What is that? The first one we can say, guys, data migration. I hope everyone of you know what is data migration. Then we have the data integration because already we have discussed it, the data migration. Okay, guys, I'm using the data integration. And then we have the data summarization, data migration, data summarization. Then we have the data visualization, data migration, data, summarization and data visualization. So these are all the tasks we can perform it by using the Azure Data Engineering. Okay, guys. Azure Data Engineering. So we can say, guys, the Azure Data Engineering is a bunch of cloud services which provides with the following, guys, which is provided with the following. What is that? Which is provided with the following. What is that? Uh, Following as a service. We don't call it as a products, guys. We call it as what? Service. We call it as what? Service. So these are all the services we have it, guys. And using all these services, we can perform the task called what? Data migration, data integration, data summarization, and as well as the data visualization. Then the next one, guys. The whole story starts from what, guys, everyone? The whole story here starts from what is that? Yes, guys, data. So now tell me, everyone, guys, now tell me, everyone, what is data? Yes, guys, what is data? Yeah, guys, I want everyone to respond. Okay, because if you talk, I'll come to know what is what. Okay, you people are understanding or not. So, guys, here you have what's it, guys? Data. So, data means what, guys, everyone? Data is nothing but, guys, data is the information. The other name for the information is called as what, guys? Data. Now, from where do we get this data, guys? From where do we get this data? The data we get it from what is it, guys? Source of data. What are the sources we can have, guys? We can have many sources, anyways. We can have many sources of getting the data. But the first and foremost source I can tell you is what? Facebook, FB. And then you have what's it, guys? Insta, Facebook, Insta. And then you have what's it, guys? Twitter, Facebook, Insta, Twitter. Then we have what's it, guys? WhatsApp, 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 and then we can also have what's it, guys? WhatsApp, Twitter, Insta, Facebook, and then we have what's it, guys? Yeah, Snapchat. All these are called as what, guys? These are called as social networking sites. Social networking sites. These all are the social networking sites from where we get the data. But this is not the only source from where we can expect the data, guys. We can get the data from the multiple various another sources as well. So let's discuss. So here you can see, guys, we can get the data from the following sources. The following source where it is called as what? Insta, Facebook, etc. These are called as social networking sites. So these sites generates the massive amount of data. What it generates? It generates the massive amount of data, guys. It generates the massive amount of data. Okay, that is called as what? Huge data, you can say. Whereas this cannot be the only source from where we get the data. We can have many other sources, such as we can also get the data or information, guys. We can also get the data or the information from the source. What is that, guys? From the source. That source is called as what, guys? The source is called as what? From the source. That source is called as what? Banking applications. That source is called as what? Banking applications. We get it from what? Banking applications. So what is banking application? The applications which are used at the, guys, the applications which are used at the banking sector level. Banking sector. The applications which are used at the banking sector are called as what, guys? Banking applications. So these applications generates the huge volume of the data. These applications generate the huge volume of the data. Then apart from this, what is the other source, guys? The other and major important source of data, what we can say, guys, data or the information. Data or the information. We can say it as what, guys? Source. We can get the source. From which source, guys? We can say it as what? Live streaming process. We can say it is what? Live streaming process. So what do you mean live streaming process? Live streaming process is the process where we get the data on the continuous basis, such as you have what said, guys? Stock market. We can get the data from the stock market, and we can get the data from the stock market, guys. and we can get the data from what's it, a live cricket match, live cricket match. This all comes under what? Live streaming process. And this generates the big data. So guys, this generates what it guys? Big data. And apart from this, what is the other source we can have? We can also get the data. Okay, we can also get the data from the, yes guys, we can also get the data from the data or the information. We can also get the data or the information. Guys, we can also get the data or the information from the source. And that source is called as what guys? We can also get the data or the information from the source. And that source we can say guys, human generated data. That means you and me also generate the data. That is called as what? Human generated data. And then apart from this guys, what is the another one you have it? Human generated data or machine generated data. We can say or machine generated data. That means the data which is generated by the machinery. Machine generated data. What is the example for machine generated data, guys? Let us say here, guys, Xerox machine is there. Xerox machine. That machine generates what? Massive amount of data. Am I right? For example, there is one of the machine. So this is also generates what, guys? Big data. You can say this also generates what? Big data. Then apart from this, guys, what is the other source from where we can expect the data or the information? I can say, guys, we can get the data or the information from the another source. Yes, guys, we can get the data or the information from the another source. That the source is called as what, guys? That source is called as what? That source is called as what? We get the data from the information from the IoT sensors. Where what is this IoT sensors? This IoT sensors, okay, calculates the data of what is it? Temperature. It measures the temperature, pressure, gas, speed, all this. Okay. So whereas this also generates what is it, guys? Massive amount of data. So hence we can say, guys, this all is called as what, guys? This all is called as a part of big data. So guys, what is the big data? Technically speaking, big data is nothing but guys. Big means what guys? Huge. Am I right? Big is nothing but what guys? Huge. Whereas data is nothing but what guys? Information. Data is nothing but what? Information. So we can say guys, huge information. You can say what's it guys? Huge information. We can say guys, big is nothing but huge. Data is nothing but information. So we can say what's it guys? Huge information. We can say it as what? Huge information. And this data is classified into three categories. That is called as what? Structured data. And then we can say what's it guys? Semi-structured data. Semi-structured data. And the third one is called as what? Unstructured data. Unstructured data. We can say guys, structured, semi-structured, and as well as the unstructured data. Structured, semi-structured, and as well as the unstructured. These are the three varieties of data we can have it, guys. And when we talk about the structured data, so what is structured data? The data which is kept in the proper form of a table. And now, guys, the table is nothing but it's a collection of what, guys? Rows and columns. Rows and columns. It is called what? It's the collection of what? Rows and columns. It's a collection of what, guys? Rows and columns. Structured data is nothing but the data which is recorded in the form of what is that? Rows and columns. The data which is recorded in the form of what? Rows and columns. Rows and columns. Where, guys, let's try to take an example. Here you have what? Data. So let's say the name of the table here is the employees. And here you have what it is, employees is the name of the table. And then you have the data here. What is the data? You can say ID, name, salary, and job. Job. These are the things we have it, guys. Salary, ID, name, and job. So what is this ID, guys? Let's say ID is something like this. Okay. This is the ID you can say. This is the ID you can say, guys. Name, let us say A then. And then you can say, guys, salary. So what's the salary? Let us say, guys, the salary is 60,000. And then we have the job, guys. What's the job? Job you can say is software engineer. Then there is another row I'm entering it. One, something like this. Bobby, 70,000. You can say SSC. What is SSC, guys? SSC Senior Software Engineer. So whereas, guys, this kind of a data is called as what? Complete. Guys, this kind of a data is called as what? Complete structured data. If you just look into the data, you can understand what kind of data it is. You can just understand what kind of data it is. But the data has a rows or columns, how many rows, everything you can decide it. So now, hence this kind of a data is called as what, guys? Structured data. It's called as what? Structured data, guys. It is called as what? Structured data. It is called as what? Structured data. This kind of data is called as what? Structured data, guys. Okay. So whereas this kind of a data is called as structured data. So in the real time, when you go with the structured data, guys, you will get only 20% of the data you will get it here. How much data, guys? 20% of the data you will get it in the structured form. Now, what is the next format you have it? That is called as what? Semi-structured format, guys. What's that you have it? Semi-structured format. So you can also get the data in the semi-structured format. What is semi-structured format? Yes, guys. Am I audible? Please respond, everyone. Please, guys. Yeah, Abhishek, Devesh, Pandey, and Hari. Are you able to follow me? Please respond.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So then we have what is semi-structured data. Semi-structured data is nothing but what? The data, guys, the data which is kept in the form of, guys, the data which is kept, guys, the data which is kept in the form of what is it, guys? JSON file. The data which is kept in the form of what is it, guys? JSON file. The data which is kept in the form of what is it, guys? JSON file. Just a minute, 1 minute. The data which is kept in the form of what is it, guys? JSON file. Or the data which is kept in the form of XML file, etc. Many more files are there, but I'm taking example of these two files where JSON file. What is JSON? JSON basically stands for what? JavaScript object notation file. JSON stands for what? JavaScript object notation file is JavaScript object notation file, where the data in the JSON file is always recorded in the form of what's it, guys? Curly braces. This is called as the curly braces. In the curly braces, it is recorded in the form of what? Key value pair. The data is recorded in the form of curly braces, in the form of a key value pair, guys, in the form of key value pair. Now let's try to understand what is a key, what is a value, and what is the pair here. Okay. So when it comes to this key value pair, guys, what is the key value pair? Let's try to understand this. What is a key value pair? So guys, key value pair is nothing but keys are nothing but, guys, everyone, column names are called as keys. These all are called as keys here, guys. These all are called as what? Keys. This is called as a value. These are called as what? Values. So we can say key and value together is called as a pair. That's the only thing it means. Key value pair means what? Key and value together is called as a pair. Let's try to write this data in the JSON file format. How does it write? Let's try to see this, guys. So for that, I'm using it here. Curly braces, guys. Opening curly brace, and there's a closing curly brace. Between these two, you have what's it, guys? Key. So what is the key you have it, guys? I can say keys are always kept in the double quotes. Make sure, irrespective of the type of key, whether it is a character key or a numeric key, it doesn't matter, make any difference. So ID is the key you have it, guys, and then after this you have what is it, guys? Value. What is the value? 1 3 988 is the key here. Sorry, is the key. It's a numeric value, guys. So no more things will be there. And the next one, next column. What's the next column, guys? Again, you have the column called what? Name column is there, everyone. You have the column called what? Name. So, guys, here you have a column called name. So the name is a column that is called as a numeric character string column. So here you can use it, guys, as it is. What is that? I can use it as a comma salary, salary, and then you have the salary as what? 60,000. That's it, guys. Make sure the character data is put under the double quotation marks, guys. And the numeric data is written normally like this, but the character data is placed under what? Double quotation marks. Then the next one after this, guys, you have a job. What is the job? You have it software engineer. SC character now, so put under the double quotation marks. So this is called as what, guys? The key and value together is called a key value pair. Key and value together is called as the key value pair. So this is called as what? JSON document. This whole one is called as what? JSON document, guys. Now let's try to create the another JSON document because your second row is there now, guys. So I'm placing the second row here with the JSON document. So let's try to see this, guys. Everyone, the curly brace and the data starts from here. Just change the value here. ID number is what, guys, everyone? Let's use it. 15543. Then the next one you have also get Bobby. And the next one you have also, guys, 70,000 SSC. That's it. Now here you have a data. So this is called as what, guys? The whole one is called as two documents. You have how many documents? Two JSON documents. First is one JSON document. Second is this JSON document. This is called as what, guys? The data recorded in the form of a JSON file. In the same way, guys, I can also say how the data is recorded in the XML. I will show you even this one. Okay, guys, I'm explaining you all this because in near future we are going to deal with all this data. This is very much essential for the user, that is for us as a data engineer to know everything. So guys, here you will have two type of tags here. The first one is called as what, guys? Root tag. This is called as what? Root tag. And then you have also get row tags. Row tag. This is called as a row tag, guys. And now, guys, let's try to see this, everyone. What tag and what is a root tag? So root tag is nothing but, guys, tag is nothing but these are called as tags here. Oh, so now, first of all, in the tag, the main thing is given. What is that? The name of the table is given here in the tag. So you can say the tag here, name as employees. Then you have what's that, guys, everyone? Tag ID. ID is the first column. And this is called the closing tag. Closing means slash will be given here. Closing ID. So what about the value? The value will be given in between this 13988. The next one you can say, guys, opening tag and closing tag. Opening tag is what? Name slash name. So what's the name you have it, guys, everyone? Alien. Then the next one is what? Tag, opening tag, closing tag. Closing tag will be with the slash. What's the opening tag, guys? You can say salary. You can say slash salary. And what about the salary, guys? 60,000. Job slash job. That's it, guys. Here you have a, guys, slash job. And what's the value you have it? The job value is software engineer. That's it, guys. This is the first tag here, guys. What about the second tag? That means one more row it should be there now. One more row. This is the only one row written here. So I can say the second row here. Just to change the value here. Everything is fine. So 1 5, guys, everyone. 15543. Then you have what's it, guys? Bobby. And here you can say 70,000. SSC, senior software engineer. That's what, guys. And at the end, use it here, guys. Closing tag, because the data is completed now. Slash employees. This is how we can say, guys, this data is called as what, guys? This is called as what? The data recorded in the form of what is it, guys? XML format. That is called as what? Extendable markup language. Extendable markup language. That's it, guys. Okay. Next one, unstructured. So here also, guys, when you talk about the semi-structured data also you will get it almost all 30% of the data you will get it in this format in the real time. 30% of the data you will get it in the real time. 30% of the data, guys. 30% of the data you get it in this format. Now the third one, what is it you have it, guys? Unstructured. Guys, unstructured is about 50% of the data further will be in this format only. That's it, guys. What's the unstructured format? You have it, everyone. What is the unstructured format? Guys, what is the unstructured format? You can see the unstructured format is what? No structure, basically. Your photos in your mobile phone, the videos in your mobile phone, chat history in your mobile phone, voice notes. This all comes under what, guys? Unstructured data. This all comes under what? Unstructured data. There is no structure for the data. Okay. So as a data engineer, it will be our job to convert the unstructured data to what is it? Semi-structured format. Semi-structured format. Then semi-structured format to structured format. So this is the job of a data engineer, to handle the data even. How to handle this data. Okay. What are the malfunctions you have it in every data? How to handle this data? How to deal with this data? Whereas, guys, this kind of a data in Azure is recorded in the form of what? Azure storages. So how many storages we have it? 90 plus different storages are there, guys, wherein you can store all this data into the Azure. What are the storages we can say, guys? We can say the following storages. The first one we can say, guys, Azure Blob Storage. Guys, Azure Blob Storage, where the blob storage is nothing but what? It can store any kind of data. That means what? It can store structured, semi-structured, and as well as the unstructured. Any type of data you can store it here. But here you can say, guys, any type of data you can store it here. And now, but there is a debug. There is nothing but there is a bug here. What is that? Guys, what is that? You have it, everyone. So you can say this is a limited storage. Limited storage. What is the limit you have it, guys? The limit here is the 500 terabyte, not more than it. If you don't more than that, then you have to go and store the data in the Azure Data Lake Gen. So here in the Azure Data Lake Gen 2 also we can store all kind of data, but this is what? Unlimited storage. Then the third one you have, guys, Azure SQL database. So what is Azure SQL database? So we can store the data in the Azure SQL database. What's that? We can store the data into the Azure SQL database. But here, when you talk about the Azure SQL now, guys, Azure SQL means it can store only the structure, not the semi-structure or the unstructured. This data is not supported because of the reason we use the SQL language here. We use the SQL language. Likewise, guys, you have the fourth storage that is called as what? Azure Cosmos DB, where this is called as what, guys? No SQL database. What it is called as? No SQL database. So when you have no SQL here, guys, we can say you can store the following type of data. What is that? We can store it here, except to the unstructured, all data is stored. semi-structured and structured data can be stored here. Likewise, guys, you can have many more storages, but I'll label few more here. Okay. So we can say, guys, Azure Synapse Analytics. So you can say Azure Synapse Analytics, where the Azure Synapse Analytics can store only the structured data, guys. No other data is allowed here because this is called as a data warehouse of Azure. It is called as what, guys? Everyone, data warehouse of Azure. Then the sixth storage, guys. I can say what's it, guys? Azure Virtual Machine. Virtual machine is parallel machine. You can install it, wherein you can install anything. That is what it can store any data. Any data instance except the semi-structured, except the unstructured. It can also store structure or the semi-structured data. That's it, guys. This is the one. Likewise, you have many other storages, guys. So tomorrow I will show you how many storages we have it, guys. Everyone, how many storages, how to log into this. Okay. So today I can tell you guys, if you want to get started with this, use the azure.com as a web page first of all. Then afterward, get it registered. After registering, that means it will ask you to debit card or credit card. Tomorrow I'll show you how to create it and all. Debit card or credit card you need to have. It will charge you 2 rupees only from debit card for free subscription for 1 month. Then once you have registered everything, then you will be rerouted to portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com. So this is the page, ultimate page where you are going to work. Okay, guys. So tomorrow I will show you how to create the subscription and everything, guys. And meanwhile, if you have any doubt, you can just contact me as well. This is my direct number, guys. Uh, and also, guys, you can check on the YouTube. My channel is there. My personal channel is there at the rate Cloud Innovators. And if in this is the YouTube channel, if you want, can you see it? This is a YouTube channel. You have it. This is my YouTube channel. And also the web page, the Cloud Innovators.com, where you can get the content brochure and all. So these are all the things we have with this. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll start the session at the same time, guys. Okay, so that's it here, everyone. Okay, thank you here for attending the session. If you have any doubt, please let me know, please. Any doubt, everyone?
We will have a subscription for only 1 month, right?
Which one? Yeah, please.
Sir, we will have subscription for only 1 month. Azure subscription.
Yes, subscription will be for 1 month. You can renew it. I will tell you the method. I will tell you how to renew it every time. Just you need to change your mail ID and you can create a new subscription as well. If you want to continue with a free subscription for a long time.
Okay,
If you
sir.
want to continue with a free subscription for a long time, you just need to change your mail ID. With the debit card, everything you can use the same one. Debit or credit card also you can use the same. Okay. So, but without your consent, it's not going to deduct the money. Only for 1 month means all cloud is providing for 1 month only. But Azure is better. It's not charging anything without your consent. Okay. That's the thing we have it, guys. Anyways, I will, tell you the methods, how to save your subscription and all one by one. Okay. How to reuse your subscription without paying it. But in the free subscription, all the services are not supported. Okay.
Okay,
Any
sir.
other question? Okay. That's it, guys. So tomorrow we'll start the session here. Thank you everyone for attending the session. And tomorrow we'll continue at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And tomorrow the link is going to change. It will be the paid link from tomorrow onwards. Please plan accordingly. Thank you.